talking about capacity building, I mean, India requires 6 to 7 lakh additional beds, over the next 5 to 6 years, and a lot of that demand is going to come from rural areas. Does Fortis have any plans for rural areas, tier 2, tier 3 cities?
So we have, certainly we have hospitals in Delhi, but we have hospitals in tier 2 cities, right? We have hospitals in tier 3 cities as well. Mohali would be a tier 3 city, for example. So I think beyond that, what we're looking at is we have an management contract model that I just referenced earlier. So we're looking at opening a couple of hospitals in Rajasthan that are actually in tier 4, tier 3, tier 4 cities. And we have hospitals coming up in other parts of the country that also would be in tier 3, tier 4 cities. So I think that you can look for Fortis to be adding beds. Are we going to add thousands and thousands of beds? Probably not so fast. I think we have to make the model work, because unfortunately a cath lab that might cost you a couple of crore, 2-3 crore, or any medical equipment that costs you 2-3, 4 crore, costs you the same whether you use it in Delhi or whether you use it in some small tertiary or some small rural town in India. So the payer capacity has to be there. So I think that, again, we've been talking for quite some time about partnerships with the government, and certainly that needs to happen. So I think the 2 routes that we would take is 3 routes actually. One would be some partnership with the government, 2 would be management contracts, and running hospitals for others who may not have the skill set, the competency, the brand. And the third would be having a referral mechanism, so that in some cases we can actually get a patient from a rural town, actually bring them to even a tertiary city or a secondary city, so that they can get the care they need.
Is telemedicine something Fortis would look at, to bridge this gap?
We've been talking about telemedicine for the last 10 years, and quite honestly, it has not hit critical mass yet. I think there's a little bit of work that's taking place there. I think that, having said that, I think remote consults, right, which is what telemedicine is, it's not an if, it's when. And so we continue to dabble in it. We have a pilot running on dial a doctor type of thing, where you can call up a doctor and do a phone consult. So I think we're all dabbling in it. I think things like telemedicine will come, things like home care will come. I don't think that anybody's hit any significant mass with them. I think, but it's just a time. I think it's just a matter of time. Just like e-commerce, for example, if you look at the Snapdeals of the world, they've been around for a while. They've only now recently started hitting critical mass. I think you'll see the same thing here. Telemedicine will arrive in a big way. Remote consults will arrive in a big way. I just think it's going to take a little bit longer, but I think we're all dabbling in it. Just a matter of time before one day we'll read about the fact that they're taking off.